This video is from August 2025. Marcus had a regatta in Port Madison on Bainbridge Island, and we were going to stay at a hotel in Paulsbo for the weekend. I had brought my bike so I could bike from the regatta to the hotel, and I had a nice route planned that would take me all over Bainbridge Island, and was hoping to make it all the way up to Port Gamble for some gravel biking. But as you will see, that place is just a little bit out of reach for cautious cyclists like me. The night before we came up, I heard from my friend Ralph that they had their boat moored at Eagle Harbor on Bainbridge Island. And he came up on his electric unicycle and joined me for the first part of the Bainbridge Island exploration. I was glad to have my gravel bike on this ride, as it allowed me some extra flexibility in the types of terrain that I could plan my route on. The majority of the route was planned for paved roads, but being able to take gravel paths and some light single track let us get all the way up close to Pier the Peacekeeper, the Thomas Dumbo troll that lives on Bainbridge Island. When we got to Eagle Harbor, Ralph joined his family on the boat and I continued on my exploration. As you drive down the eastern side of the island, you are treated to some great views of the Seattle skyline. For my route, I was able to avoid the main roads and mostly stick to neighborhood roads and some trails. While the neighborhood roads do not have dedicated bike lanes, the traffic was very light, even on a Saturday. Bainbridge Island is known for its topology with lots of undulating hills along the shoreline. The Cascade Bicycle Club puts on an annual ride in February named the Chilly Hilly that follows closely the route that I'm riding here. While the weather is a little overcast for August, I don't mind cool weather riding. I have now made my way over to the west side of the island, and I'm going to hike a bike up some steep switchbacks to the Gasson Lake Preserve. After a quick look around in Battle Point Park, it was time to leave the island and see if I could make my way up to Port Gamble for some dedicated gravel riding. Leaving the island and the bridge was a little sketchy, and I opted for shoulder riding as opposed to riding on the road where I would have caused a traffic jam. The bridge does have some technology that senses bikes, so as I was getting close, some signs started flashing letting drivers know that there was a cyclist on the bridge, so that's nice. Now that I was back on the mainland, I was still trying to keep my route to neighborhoods, but as you get north of Suquamish, the roads have almost no shoulder, and I just could not figure out how to get safely north to Port Gamble. So I cut across and went down to Paulsbo instead. It was fun to bike through downtown. And it turns out that Paulsbo has a very nice road that follows the coastline and has very little traffic, which leads to a dedicated bike trail that took me back to town.